Welcome to another video by yours truly, Tony Solo. Tell me, does this sound like your negative self-talk? She's too beautiful for me. I'm not attractive enough. I really want to talk to her. Now it can sound like this, or it can sound like other things that a guy will say to himself. But these are classically some of the things that men say to themselves before they see a woman that they want to speak to, or even when they see her. Talking to yourself differently will result in a different result. It's this negative self-talk that I think that men go through is the reason why they find it so hard to go speak to a woman that they want to speak to. The self-talk that we take ourselves through as men when we see a woman is based on the beliefs that are currently controlling us. And these beliefs that are controlling us, many of the times, we don't have enough evidence around it. We don't have enough evidence around it. They're just built-in things, or no, they're conditioned things that we put ourselves in. They're basically protection mechanisms that keep us from doing the thing that we know we want to do, but we know we will not do. And we use it as an excuse. We're like, well, she's too beautiful for me. And I go, is that really an excuse? Or did you find the truth to that? And not many other times, every single time you will find out that it's just something you haven't found the truth to. Because truth is not something that you can build a past on, because it's always in the moment. So anything you're operating from is always a belief. She's too beautiful for me. I really want to talk to her, which is the one I know you guys are like, what? How is that one? Negative self-talk? You will see later when I talk about it. Or the one where you say, I'm not attractive enough. These three phrases are classic ones, and there's other ones out there. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to break down all three of these so you can start to see, okay, how is this really hurting me? And where is it really coming from? The first one I want to break down is the first one that I've said. Do you remember? It was like this. She's too beautiful for me. Now, this is absolutely not the truth. When someone says this, when a guy says that she's too beautiful for me, what he's really saying to himself is that I'm only used to a certain type of beauty and she exceeds that. That's it. She's not too beautiful for anyone. She's not. Society may make it seem like this girl, to get her, you must be like this, you must talk like this, you must act like this, walk like this to get that woman. And then you go, I'm not any of those things, she's too beautiful for me. But the girls who are right for me are the girls who are kind of attractive. The girls who give me a lot of baggage and a lot of chaos. That's what's the girls that's good for me. The girls who are a little bit mild-tempered like me. These are the women that are best for me. Do you see how your standards are being built? They're being built based on what you're used to. That's it. When you're used to something else, then it changes. If you ask another guy out there who's been around a lot of beautiful women and he's had many beautiful women in his life, if you say, do you think that you are worthy of that girl? And you point to a girl who's not attractive at all, he'll go, that's not even a girl I would even talk to. But another guy who's only been around that type of beauty and only been having sex with and interacting with that type of beauty, he will say something totally different. He will say, yeah, that's what I'm used to. My last girlfriend, she used to look like that. Or the girls I used to speak to, in school, they were kind of like that. He would feel very different about her. That's because both of these guys have two different experiences happening throughout their life. And as the experiences happen, they extract beliefs from it. Most guys are in the one experience of they've only been introduced to and had sex with and been around and had as girlfriends girls who are very, very average looking. That's most guys' experiences. And the guys who do have these experiences, they feel like, you know what, I have these girls in my life and this is comfortable enough. But underneath, what's festering underneath the surface is, I want something more. I want you to be honest with yourself. Really, be honest with yourself. Do you really want really attractive women? Or are you okay with the girls you're having now? I'm not telling you in this moment that if she's incredibly attractive, that means that she's amazing. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that is that level of beauty what you really want in your life as a man? And any guy out there who says, kind of a little bit, he's lying. Absolutely, he's lying. I can go up to that guy and say, would you like this beautiful girl or would you like this average girl? Every single time he would choose the beautiful girl, simply because as men, if you have a masculine essence, you are drawn to beauty. You're drawn to it. You are. When a woman, I don't care if she's really fat. I've seen this as well. If she's really fat, she has a lot of rolls and she's like really nasty looking. If she does herself up in a way where she looks beautiful, if she walks down the street with a certain strut, if she wears the particular type of clothes, you will still be drawn to that woman. You will. You are drawn to beauty. You are. For you to go, you know what? I just want this type of level. I'm okay with this level. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting the part of you that knows that it wants to have this type of beauty or that type of beauty. It really wants that. You're hurting that part of yourself when you say, she's too beautiful for me. No woman on earth is too beautiful for the man. It's only in the man's mind. And of course, don't get me wrong. There's women out there who will go, that type of guy right there, he will never have a chance with me because he's just simply not attractive enough. Absolutely. But I can guarantee you, even that same woman who says that, if I said, drop your beliefs for now, and I only want you to focus on how the guy is making you feel, immediately she'll change her answer. Immediately. Because what's more important to the woman is how the man is making her feel. So if the guy is making her feel like she's beautiful, like she's wanted, like she's seen, he's giving her the chance to be all of herself while she's in front of him, that's going to be much more valuable than a guy who's just the looks for her. Because for her, that is not going to be sustainable. A guy, he would be willing to deal with a woman who is incredibly beautiful but incredibly mean as a person, or someone who just is not evolving. He's okay to dealing with that. But a woman, if she's dealing with a man like that, immediately she would feel like, okay, I don't want this. Or over time, she will get bored with him, she'll cheat on him, she'll do all these things. She's too beautiful for me is not an excuse. When you say to yourself, she's too beautiful for me, that is negative self-talk. You are saying underneath the surface, I'm not the type of guy for that girl. That's what you're saying. She exceeds the type of guy that I am. I need to be much more of this to be able to give a woman like that. Once she exceeds that level and you feel like, okay, that's the woman that I'm not, so to speak, worthy of, it'll keep manifesting for you. You'll see a woman on the street, and if you feel like she's too beautiful for you, what you'll do naturally is look at her, but you'll look away, because immediately the part of you gets drawn away, she's too beautiful for me, and you'll lock on to somebody else. Even though your attention wants to go zoop and stay with her and notice her and go talk to her, that part of you will not be accessed. It won't. The other part of you will be accessed because your belief is controlling you. It'll be, that's a beautiful girl, she's too beautiful for me, immediately will come to you and you'll look somewhere else and you'll keep walking. You avoid it. You will avoid it. That's one manifestation of it. Another manifestation of she's too beautiful for me is when you get around that woman, you will immediately feel like I shouldn't be here. It's like, this is not my place. This is not clear ground for me. Clear ground for me is when I'm around a woman who looks like this, a woman who looks less attractive, a woman who's a little bit more like this and not so much like this. That's my clear ground. That is my comfort. And you will continuously be pushed to that direction every single time you're around this woman that's in front of you right now. There's a difference with this. There is. And another way that it manifests, I would say, she's too beautiful for me, is that as you can see right now, you will not go approach her. That's the way it manifests. You won't go approach. You will see that and you'll be like, I'm not going to do that. You know what? Even guys who get into the community, they feel in that moment, I'm not going to do that, but I'll go for her. I mean, she's cute, but I won't go for the girl that's really beautiful because she's too beautiful. You know what? I'll deal with this girl and then I'll move up the tier and I'll go to that girl at some point. This negative self-talk phrase needs to be discarded. Allow yourself to see the truth of it. Yes, that girl's beautiful, and I feel like, fuck, this is not my place to go talk to her because maybe that girl wouldn't go for a guy like me. Great. Feel that truth for yourself in the moment. That self-talk truth. That's what you want to feel. And then go, but what's the actual truth? Be honest with yourself and then go, what's the actual truth? The actual truth is that I don't know. I'm scared to go find out, but I actually don't know. It seems like she is too beautiful, but I actually don't know. That's going to get yourself past that phrase, and being able to, of course, come into your body in the ways I've taught you in my other videos is going to help that as well. The second phrase is, do you remember this? I'm not attractive enough. This is the second phrase. Why is this negative talk phrase so detrimental? Simply because of this. I am not attractive enough says something about your whole existence as a man or as a person. It not only cuts down your opportunity to speak to the woman, it cuts down you all the way to the core of existence. Because people who actually don't feel like I'm attractive enough for that which they want are the most depressed. Because when even a woman, we're gonna stay on the guy right now, but even when a woman says that, it is so fucking harsh. It is, especially to her existence. But let's go to a man's existence and how harsh it is to him. His existence becomes kind of meaningless in a way when he says, I'm not attractive enough, because even that is in relation to whatever attractiveness of the woman that is in front of him. And when he sees that attractiveness, it needs to stay there, because if it doesn't, he will feel like less and less. Now let me break that down for you. There's a girl that's just average looking. Let's go. She just like looks normal. She's walking down the street. She just has a t-shirt on, some shorts, some sandals, or some flip-flops, and it's just summer and she looks pretty. Or she looks average. And she's walking down the street and a guy sees her. That girl, he may feel like, well, she's cute. And a part of him feels like, I want to go talk to her, but yeah, you know, all right, I'll do it. And let's say that he goes and does it, all right? I'm gonna show you how I'm not attractive enough even happens past the approach. He goes and talks to her, and let's say that she says yes, and they go for a date. But she comes on a date, and when she comes on a date, she looks incredibly attractive. Like incredibly. She doesn't have the shorts on and a t-shirt anymore in the flops. She has on, maybe she wore a dress that she likes, and she puts on heels because she's feeling good, and she does her hair, and she looks completely different almost to what he saw on the street. In that moment, that will be triggered again. I'm not attractive enough. Immediately it's triggered, and it's triggered, and it's triggered. And I don't care even if a man changes his clothes, it'll still be underneath, I'm not attractive enough, because his existence is not his clothing. His existence is his very beingness. And his very beingness, if that is not in itself to him attractive, he won't be able to be in front of any attractive woman on the street and feel like he's enough. He will never feel like he's enough, because his very existence tells him, he tells himself in his very existence that I'm not attractive enough. Basically for what I want. Anytime he comes into a situation where he wants a woman, he will not feel attractive enough. He won't. I'm not attractive enough, especially when he sees an attractive girl or a girl is really beautiful, that will come in the strongest. It will hit him the hardest. It'll feel like it's a knife piercing him somewhere on the inside. And I remember when I was younger, feeling this so many times. Just feeling this so strongly to the point where I didn't want to get compliments about me. I didn't want to. Even when somebody would say, hey man, I love your shirt, I would always think that there's something that they're saying that's underneath that. And I used to feel bad about it. I'd be like, man, he's giving me a compliment, but is he really trying to say that? Or is he trying to tell me something? Is he really trying to tell me my shirt looks good? Or is he trying to say that it looks bad and I need to go to a different place? And one of the things that was strongest in my culture when I was growing up was looks. Looks was really, really important. And if looks wasn't there, then what'll happen is you just wasn't enough, really. Because the girl, of course, girls, they always look good. But for the guys, if the guy wasn't up to par, then it just wasn't an option. It was not an option. And I felt that at times, like, fuck, this is just not an option for me. I want this woman, but it's not an option because I'm just not attractive enough for that woman. I felt that at many times actually when I was younger. Of course, it subsided at some point, but I felt that so many times, especially because my brothers are really attractive that I have. They're really attractive, and I am as well, but my brothers are really attractive, like the older ones. When we were younger, they were really much more attractive than us. And when girls used to like them, I used to feel like, fuck, I just want a girl to like me the way that they like them. And you may feel this in relation to the way you were in school, maybe. In school, maybe you saw guys who are really attractive or really handsome, who had muscles and stuff. They're with the girls who are really beautiful. And the way that it plays out, because this is when it starts, is that is the type of guy that can get those type of girls. Those girls aren't going for me, so that means that my level of the girl that I need to have is different than that. That's too much, but the one I need to have is over here, like this. That's how it starts to affect us, really. It really starts to eat at us when we really don't feel I'm not attractive enough for that girl. But the great thing about this is that once you understand what attractiveness is, as a man, it changes looks. It changes it. Example, I have a friend right now who is, to me, an attractive Asian dude. He is. He used to before look really unattractive to me in a way. He was my roommate before. He's my best friend now. He's my roommate before, and I used to go, man, this fucker look weird and all kind of stuff. But as I was dating this girl, she just like, all right, he looks normal. He's like an Asian dude. But over time, when I started to teach him about, or guide him, as you guys know, about what it is to be his attractive self, what it is to let go, what it is to just be truth as himself, then he started to transition and change. And she said to me a year later, because I came back from overseas, she said, I don't know, he's like attractive now. And she doesn't like Asian dudes, but she's like, he's attractive now. And I'm like, well, would you give him a chance now? She's like, no. It's like, fuck. But she told me that he's actually attractive now. She's not looking at, does he look like the physical specimen of what is attractive? She's looking at his aura, his energy. That's what women are drawn to. The energy of a man is 10 times more important than how he looks, simply because there's many guys out there who are incredibly good looking, incredibly attractive, but have no energetic pull. The energetic pull of a man happens based on who he is. I can be around many types of girls and many types of attractive dudes, but my energy will be more pulling than most attractive men on earth. Honestly, most attractive men on earth, simply because I am stronger than looks. I am much more powerful than looks. Looks only have surface level power. That's it. Surface level power can change and shift and mold and move. That's what it can. But the power of a person, when it changes and shifts, it starts to have a certain ground. And now from that ground, it sucks in those who like that energy and those who resonate with it. And the man who has an aura that sucks in is a man who's more still on the inside. So that means that he draws the feminine out of women that he's around. So when he's around a group of women, he draws the part of them that's feminine, that's beautiful, that's powerful, that's alive, that's enlivened. He draws that out of them. That's the beautiful power of a man underneath. So you don't need to go to, I'm not attractive enough. Simply discard it. Like I told you to do with she's not beautiful enough, because you're coming at it with the wrong understanding of what it means to be attractive. And a man can go from unattractive to attractive in one moment. Unattractive is the mind. Attractive is here. That's all I can tell you for now with that. But let's move right into the next one. Now the third one is, I really want to talk to her. This is the one that I really want to tell you guys about. That's going to kind of shock you why this statement can go in two different directions. And the one direction I'm talking about now is the negative direction. The other direction, of course, is I want to talk to her, go do it. But the other direction that I really want to talk to her goes in is, I really want to talk to her, but she's in a rush. But I feel like I'm just not in the moment right now, or I'm not in the mood, or looks like she's not in a good mood. All these different things. The I want to do it, but is why that phrase can be negative self-talk. Because even when you do like this, I really want to talk to her. All this right here, see this? All this fucking face movement, that shows what's happening underneath. Guys, you need to understand that when you have the wrong energy underneath, what you say doesn't matter. When you say, I really want to talk to her, but the underneath thing is, but you know, this thing, and this may not go right, and maybe I'm not enough for her. All these underneath beliefs that pop up to the surface that make the feelings come are the reason why you won't go do it. Or is the reason why that type of self-talk, that phrase in itself, can be negative. Because it's a positive phrase, but it's turned negative the moment the energy underneath doesn't resonate with what's on top. And on top is, I really want to talk to her. That's on top. The energy underneath is, yeah, but, and it's a very retracting energy, a very closing down type of energy. When you have that, that phrase means nothing to you. It's just simply something on top that you've glazed it with, but everything underneath is, yeah, but that's what's underneath. And when you do that, what you notice is, in the moment, you don't have any inspiration to go up. I really want to talk to her. It's a quite inspiring thing to say to yourself. It is. Because I remember there's videos that I've done, guys, where I see the girl and I go, fuck, I really want to talk to her. And I just go. Or I've said things on camera like, oh my God, look at her. Or something like that. That's really inspiring for me to just say, because it's an expression of how I feel in the moment. But imagine if I was like this. I really want to talk to her. There's no way that was going to inspire me to go speak to that woman, because it's not clear underneath. It's not connected to the feeling that's actually there for wanting to go speak to her. It's connecting to all the beliefs that's going to opt me out of it. That's what it is. And I give you the chance now to connect to the feeling that opts you into doing it. I really want to talk to her with the body closing down or the mind being there. That is useless. But I really want to talk to her simply from the clarity of, that's the woman I like, I want to speak to her. That now has an inspiration aspect to it. The aspect of inspiration comes when you clear out and you allow the feeling to be connected of what it is that you want to do. That's when the inspiration comes. But it never comes that when you are there and you close down to the expression that comes through you. So the expression is, I really want to speak to this woman, but you close down underneath, that means nothing. But if it's, I want to go speak to this woman, and the feeling is there and you connect to it and you feel it and you allow your body to really be pulled by it, now it changes. It changes for you. I hope these 3 phrases gave you a lot of insight into why you need to make sure that your self-talk is subsiding and you're allowing yourself to just be here and with what it is that you want to do. When the self-talk comes up, just simply take note of it. You don't need to engage in it and go, okay, but this, and no, that's engaging in it. You don't need to give it power. You need to give yourself the power. Don't give your thoughts the power. Give the feeling the power to take you where it wants to take you. Now what I want you to do, I want you to go subscribe. I want you to click the subscribe button or click the little link that's going to pop up at the end of the video. I want you to subscribe and I want you to share exactly what I'm saying to you. In the meantime though, I would like for you to go to the description box. I've created a free Meet to Bedroom series. Everything talking about what do you do from the approach all the way to the bedroom. This is totally free for you. Please go get it. And you will be able to go to my list that I have of those who do get that course and get more of my free things that I put out during the week. Also, of course, as you guys know, I'm coming to Toronto, New York City, in San Francisco. If you want to know about the dates on that, look up in the banner up above in my YouTube banner, because that'll give you the dates. And like I always say, who you are is valuable for that which you want in life and in relation to women. It's just realizing it. This is Tony Solo, yours truly, saying, I'll see you guys tomorrow.